Hello friends, I am coming with question number 12 of Pathfinder Newton laws of motion. So what is the wording of this question? The question is saying that consider three identical massless springs. The left end of the first, second and third springs are fixed to a wall to a block of mass m placed on a horizontal floor, not frictionless. Very nice, and to a block of mass m placed on a frictionless floor respectively. So I tell you clearly, this is the friction, and here it is frictionless. So be remember these things carefully. One is in friction, other one is in frictionless. So the right end to each of the spring is pulled by gradually increasing force. When the magnitude of the force becomes F, extension in these springs becomes x1, x2 and x3 respectively. Which of the following statements is correct? I tell you one thing, my dear friend. Here the three identical springs are connected. So these are the spring constant of these springs are same, and this force is gradually increases. So there is no store energy. Only what is happening, once you extend, this equilibrium position will obtain. Again you extend the force, again equilibrium position is obtained. So I want to talk about the figure number 1. So for figure 1, if I'm talking about figure 1, then you can say that in this figure 1, suppose the extension in spring is x1. So you can say that one attractive force, one force is acting. This force is F, and because of extension in a spring, this side is spring is generated one force kx1. I tell you, at the both end of the spring, the kx1 is acting. So at this end and at this end. So you can say that simply, in case of equilibrium, F is nothing but F is equal to kx1. So we can say that x1 extension in a first spring is F by k. Understood? Now I am talking about the figure number 2. Figure 2 is what is happening. The connected spring is connected with the block, and block is placed in a friction type of surface. So if it is placed in a friction type of surface, so let's see for figure 2. So I want to tell you, let's assume the friction here extension is x2. Okay. So because of this reason, at this end the spring is exerted a force kx2, and at this end the spring is exerted a force again kx2. Let's say the block is not moving. If block is not moving, then we can say that this side is one static friction force is acting. So if I'm talking about the free body diagram, of block, so if I'm talking about the free body diagram of the block, this is the block. One force is acting in this direction, that is called kx2, and this side is one force is acting, that is called friction force. It is Fs. So in case of no sliding, we can say that the kx2 is equal to Fs. So x2 is equal to Fs by k. And now I want to talk about this node point. If you talk about this node or end of the point, you can say that, sir, in this end one force is acting in this direction F, and my dear friend, this side is force is acting kx2. So you can say that this is nothing but it is equal to F equal to k So x2 is equal to again F by K. So now you can say that the x1 and x2 both are same. So either the block is placed on, suppose the spring is connected with the block and block is placed on a rough surface, the extension in the spring does not changes if you increase the force gradually. Now what is happening in a frictionless? So suppose in this case, if x3 is happening, x3 is an extension. So because of this reason, this side is force kx3 is acting, and this side is also kx3 is acting. If this side kx3 is acting, so because there is no opposite direction of forces, so this block is a start to acceleration. So for better understanding, let us see the free body diagram of this block. So from figure 3, free body diagram of block. So number one is what is happening. There is a block. One force is acting in this direction, that is called K. Kx3. Normal is in upward direction, and mg is in downward direction. And this block is accelerated with an acceleration a. So we can write the simple equation is, equation of motion is kx3 is equal to mass into acceleration. So acceleration, you can say that the extension in a spring is ma by k. Now look at this point. My dear friend, if I am talking about this point, okay, then in this point the F and kx3 is acting in opposite direction with each other. So if I am talking about this point, then one force is acting in this direction, that is called F, and other force is acting in this direction, that is called kx3. So again you can say that F is equal to kx3 and x3 is equal to F by k. So you can say that, and be remember also, this is a very important concept. Be remember, if identical springs are connected in such a way and we apply the force which is gradually increases, you can say that the extension in all three cases in a spring does not changes. It is remains same. So this is the very important and correct answer is A. If you have any doubts, so please write in comment box, and thank you so much for watching this video.